The mansion on Hollow Creek Road had been abandoned for decades, yet its reputation never faded. Locals swore they heard screams in the night, saw lights flickering in the windows, or glimpsed pale faces staring back from the shadows. Most avoided it, but Ethan was different. Obsessed with the supernatural, he saw the house not as a warning, but as an opportunity. One moonless evening, camera around his neck and flashlight in hand, he pushed through the sagging gate. The mansion loomed, its windows gaping like hollow eyes. The front door gave way with a shriek, as though it had been waiting. Inside, the air was damp and suffocating. Portraits lined the hallway, their painted eyes disturbingly vivid. One froze him in place, a man who looked exactly like him, only older, drained of life. His flashlight flickered as a whisper coiled through the air. "You came back." He forced himself up the staircase. The upper floor seemed longer than possible, lined with endless doors. He entered one room and froze. Every wall was covered with mirrors, each one cracked and warped. His reflections didn't mimic him. Some smiled, others mouthed frantic warnings. At the far end stood an ornate mirror, half shattered but gleaming. In it, Ethan's reflection grinned with hollow black eyes. Raising a hand to beckon him closer, the surface rippled. A cold hand shot out, gripping his wrist. He pulled, screamed, but no sound left his throat. The reflection yanked, dragging him through the glass. When he opened his eyes, the mansion was transformed. Wallpaper fresh, chandeliers burning, shadows moving like living guests. But outside the windows was nothing, only black. "Your home," a voice said. It was his voice. His reflection now stood flesh and blood, smiling. "The house remembers." Ethan ran, pounding through endless corridors. Every mirror showed him versions of himself screaming, crying, clawing at invisible walls. Their mouths moved in unison. "Help me." He stumbled onto a landing where another portrait hung. It was him again, this time exactly as he looked now, face twisted in terror. The painting's mouth moved. "You belong here." The portrait's eyes bled black as skeletal hands burst from the walls, dragging him closer. The canvas widened into a gaping void. He screamed as he was pulled inside, swallowed whole. The next morning, Hollow Creek Road was silent. The house stood as it always had, broken and forgotten, but if one dared to step inside, they would notice a new portrait hanging in the hall. Ethan, his mouth was frozen mid-scream, his eyes wide with terror, and when storms rolled across Blackwood, those brave enough to listen swore they could hear him still screaming from somewhere, deep inside the house that never forgets.